and Blanca and this story. Which is fiction and which is non-fiction? Explain your answer. So first let's think about Rosa and Blanca, the story from last week. Fiction or non-fiction? Justin?
Fiction.
Why?
Because
Why is it fiction? Think about the illustrations. Think about the characters. Did that story happen in real life?
Yeah.
Who said yes? We're talking about the story of Rosa and Blanca right now. We're on question number 1, Jacob. So Justin, did Rosa and Blanca happen in real life?
No.
No. What's another clue that tells us that Rosa and Blanca is a fiction story? Brian, you have to raise your hand or I can't call you. Gabby?
It's really not about a real person's life like it was in A Weed is a Flower.
Right. What? Can anyone tell me about the illustrations in Rosa and Blanca? If you need to look back, you can. Danny?
The characters were cartoons and they were never made because it was a fiction story.
Good. Do you guys remember the pictures? Yep. Is realistic fiction a type of fiction?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so let's think about the story that we just read. About George Washington Carver. Which genre is that story? We talked about it. Annika?
Non-fiction.
Okay. Can you get a little bit more specific, Annika?
Biography.
It's a biography. And what is a biography again? Bella?
A biography is when they tell true facts about someone's life.
Someone's life. Now, is this story an autobiography or just a biography? Think about it. You need to go back to the first page, the title page. That might give you a clue. Blake?
Just a biography.
It's just a biography. How do you know?
Because
Okay, think about it. Let's go back to the title page. Everyone go take a look at the title page. Any clues on here that tells you it's a biography? Lovely.
because somebody wrote it, but not George Washington.
Good. Someone wrote this story, but the author is not George Washington Carver. Who is the author? Jess? Aliki. Very good. Let's take a look at the second question. What did the author want you to know about George Washington Carver? Why did Aliki write this story? What does he want us to know? Anderson?
He wants us to know how George Washington Carver began his life and in the middle how he told the farmers cotton only hard soil and then almost at the end for the meal day the meal was made entirely from peanuts.
Good. So Anderson broke it down by giving us what the author wanted us to know in the beginning, the middle, and the end. So let's think about that. In the beginning, what was unusual or unique about George Washington Carver in the beginning of the story? You kind of unique thing happened to him. A little bit tragic, I would say. Gabby?
He lost his mom.
He lost
Someone
his
took
mom.
his mom.
Someone took his mom. Why? Didn't really say in the story, but why do you think? Jacob? Kidnapping maybe for money. What else maybe? Hannah?
So it could be their slaves.
Right. Someone came in and they kidnapped George and his mother because they wanted to make them their slaves, right? Do you guys remember that they were slaves in the beginning of the story? Okay, great. And let's take a look at number 4. I know we're skipping number 3, but I think number 4 is important. Let's take a look at it. How does Washington Carver pay for school? What does this tell you about him? Let's break that question down. What's the first part? How does he pay for school? Ryan W.?
I have something for number 2.
Okay, but we're at number 4. Do you have something to add for number 4?
No.
You don't know how he paid for school?
With money. And I have something for number 2.
It's not how he paid for school, Ryan. Justin?
He worked hard and he washed the students' clothes.
Yes, he worked hard. What were some of the things that he did? Justin gave us one. He washed clothes. Gavin?
He was an artist.
Is that how he paid for school? What did he do? Think about it. Maybe go back in the story, Gavin. Turn around. Go back to the page. Page 492 gives a ton of examples. Soraya?
He took their clothes.
Okay, but Justin said that already. Isabella?
He baked people's bread.
He baked people's breads. Yup. Annika?
He scrubbed the floors.
He scrubbed the floors. Anything else? Jacob?
I just forgot.
Forgot? Anybody else? Anderson?
Whatever George did, he did well.
Yeah, whatever he did for these people, all those small chores that were mentioned, he did them well, which is why people let him stay at their houses, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's look at the second part to that question, which says, what does this tell you about him? He did all of his chores well. He worked really hard to earn his keep. What do we know about him? What conclusions can you guys draw from that? Jess? He's a very hard worker. Is that a character trait?
Yes.
Is being hardworking a character trait?
Yes.
Can anyone think of any other character traits? There's a ton, and I know Mrs. Campbell discussed this with you yesterday. Allison, can you give me one?
Smart.
He's very smart. How do we know he was smart? Where's the evidence? Bella?
In the story, it said that he became a scientist.
Good, he did become a scientist, definitely. Gotta be smart to be a scientist, I would say. Ryan W?
Important.
He was very important. Why was he important? What was so important about his life?
He helped the farmers grow
what?
and crops, and he was a scientist.
Good. All right, we're going to discuss character traits on the rug in just a minute, so whatever you're thinking right now,